All right, so welcome to Intuitive You and the third and final video for those of you who have chosen this one. And this title is Remembering Your Wholeness. So remembering our wholeness, the world's wholeness, is remembering the truth of who we are. So I'm going to share a story with you of when I was a child, and I'm sure you have your story as well, of whatever outside circumstance happened or the people that were involved in your life. But for me, when I was a very young child, I remember being taken into the closet with my dad and him saying, I know you're upset, but I'm really angry too. And it is true, you were sexually abused. And months before that, my parents had, taken me to see doctors, and to basically, they just said, you're not whole. We need to take you to these doctors. And so all along, as I was been, told all these stories of, supposedly this happened and this person did this to you and this is how it looked and all of that, all along I remember thinking, and feeling, doesn't really feel accurate to me. And so over time, I began to trust my inner knowing. I began to trust my gut feeling because what I was being told didn't feel true, right? And so I don't know if somebody told you something that didn't feel true, or if somebody maybe hurt you, or you were in a situation that was challenging, that maybe didn't feel safe. But I do know at the heart, at the very center of your being, your intuition lives, and it connects you to the light of all that is. So as you listen to it, and you come into alignment with its guidance, its inner promptings, you're allowed to freely be you and express you. And so my invitation for you today is to experience what I'm going to share a little bit on the weekend, the Activate Your Purpose weekend coming up in July, but I'm going to give you an experience of something called parts integration. And so this is a technique that we use as part of the intuitive success coaching process. And what it does is it brings parts that have disconnected from the whole into alignment with your wholeness. And in doing so, you feel wholeness, right? Because the truth is you are whole, right? So we're just going to call all parts of you back to your being. So go ahead and just scan your body and notice if there's any tightness or tension. So for me, I feel a little tightness in my chest. So go ahead and put your hand wherever you feel that tightness or that tension. Breathe into it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to bring that energy wherever you're feeling that tightness or that tension. Notice what emotion is connected to it. And then you're going to invite that energy into the palm of your right hand. So actually you're going to bring it into your hand and you're going to observe it. And working with parts is really just like working with a friend or talking to somebody. You're just having a conversation. You're getting to know this part of you. So at first you're going to say, okay, part, what do you want to tell me? What is it that you want to share? Okay, so this could be a thought that is misleading you. It could be an experience that keeps coming up that needs to be healed. So you make it an image, you make it a thought, you make it a more intense feeling. So just notice, what is it telling you? So as you look at this part, ask, what is it you're telling me? And go ahead, and I'll just use, for example, I'm not safe. So if that part is saying, I'm not safe, and feel that. Good. And then again, ask, what else does this part want to say? Have the conversation, why are you not safe? And see what the part has to tell you back, right? Hear that voice. And just go ahead and have this internal dialogue with yourself back and forth. What do you have to tell me? So going deeper into it. And the example is, so why do I not feel safe? And see what that part has to say. So maybe the example is, he left me, so I didn't feel safe. Okay, so tell me more about that, right? It's almost like you're speaking to your inner child even, right? It's this part of you. Okay, and then just keep unraveling it. And once you get to the core of the feeling, you will actually feel light, because at the center of your feeling is the light, is the truth. So once you move through the layers of that part, you may need to take a few minutes. So I'll just pause with you for a few minutes so you can have that conversation between you and your part, and then we'll go ahead and bring it back into your heart. So just continue that conversation. You can also write this down if it helps to write. And when you feel complete, and just slowly blink your eyes open, or maybe you stay a little bit longer. Just notice when that part turns to the light. When you feel that part of you completely turn to the light, you're gently going to allow another part. So you're going to have two parts, and ask another part to balance that part. So whatever was there, so maybe the anxiety turned to love because it turned to light, whatever it is, and ask for a counterbalance to come in. And then as soon as you have that, you're going to bring both hands to your heart, and you're just going to allow that to come. And ask the counterpart just to facilitate the growth and the integration of the part that felt like it was broken or not whole. It may just be feeling like you're being held, and just notice that. Allow yourself to be held in it. And then sending the energy all the way down through your spine, your tailbone, and just integrating that safety and that peace. And then just noticing how your body feels. And if there's anything else that that counterpart wants to share, I love how the sun's beaming it down through the window. Is there anything else that that counterpart wants to share? And I just hear the words, I love you. So see if there's any part that wants to share. And then when that feels complete, you can bring it back into your heart. And beautiful. And then you'll just feel this lightness and this wholeness in your body. And so what you learn as you start to bring these parts, and there's a sense of peace and wholeness, is you realize that every part of you, so anxiety, fear, depression, anything, they're all emotions, they're all energies trying to share with us information. And when we allow ourselves to sit with these emotions, we can actually evolve them to the place of light and love which they came from, right? And we can remove some of the perceptions and the layers of how they got created, right? And so when we release those layers, it's like peeling back the layers of the onion. We get the essence of the core us, which is our soul. So that's what you're going to experience in the intuitive workshop, the Activate Your Purpose workshop. It's going to be an activation of each of the chakras. So parts integration is part of what we do as part of the full process. But in this particular workshop, we're going to activate each of the chakra centers. So starting at the base of your spine is your center of being wanted and welcomed and supported in the world. So you can even go ahead and visualize the color red at your tailbone, which will start to open up that energy at the base of your spine. And then slowly we'll move up to your second chakra, which is the color orange. And that activates your intuition, your senses. Moving up to your third, which is your decision, your will, your belief in yourself. Your fourth, which is your heart, our ability to connect with each other right now through the heart, activating forgiveness and unconditional love. And then the expression, which is your fifth chakra, so how you express with love into the world. And then from there, your third eye, which is your inner psychic intuitive vision, where you start receiving these intuitive downloads. And then out through the top of your head is your crown, and this connects you straight with Source, straight to the light of all that is. And then just imagine this white light just beaming down, kind of like this white light of the sun is literally beaming down through my face. Bless beautiful nature to be so in harmony with us today. And just allow that white light to beam straight through the top of your head, just like the sun, all the way down through the front side of your body, your neck, down through your spine, all the way down through your tailbone, down through your feet. And at your feet, just imagine that you have roots growing down, grounding you straight to Mother Earth. And as you feel so grounded in the light, start to notice and observe everything around you. Just notice. And maybe you have a past memory that comes up. Observe it from the light. And notice how you have all the power as you stand in your own light. And this light is what activates your purpose. And your intuition is what guides you to live it. So it is the greatest joy and honor I have on this planet of being able to guide you and many, many others into the light and the truth of their intuition. And in this workshop, you'll be able to do that. You'll activate that truth, that power within you to go forth and fulfill your purpose, or at least get on the next step of it. And the other thing I want to share about that is as you do that, and you come to this workshop and you do all of your work, basically your work naturally, as you do your work, it spills over, the light spills over. But as far as the proceeds for this workshop, we're actually donating back to the orphanage. So we're taking some of this money, a lot of this money actually, giving back to these kids in Bali. So you're also helping us feed 100 kids in Bali. So I want to thank you for that, for those of you that sign up for the workshop, because it is truly just our greatest joy to be able to support you, to live your purpose, and also to support them as we follow our intuitions and get to fulfill our purpose as well. So I look forward to seeing you at the workshop. You can email me directly at Abby, A-B-B-Y, at lifeforceconnection.com to receive the link to sign up. And the nonprofit website is oneheartglobal.co. And our main site is www.lifeforceconnection.com, where you can read about the intuitive success coaching process, and you can click on the NLP factor underneath there, and that will describe a little bit more of how the parts integration works. So I look forward to talking with you soon. Have a beautiful day. Take your time to integrate this process of parts integration. It's just a gift that came through me today, obviously for us both to share. So thank you for being part of my journey, and I bless you and yours. All right, take care. Bye.